let's get into our semifinal matchups. The first of which is a rematch of last year's WNBA Finals. The New York Liberty host the Las Vegas Aces on Sunday in Brooklyn. There's a lot to talk about. We've obviously seen this matchup before, but this one I feel is slightly different for a number of reasons, right? Sabrina is obviously a better player this year compared to last year. The Aces have added a little bit more firepower off the bench, namely Tiffany Hayes, who was this year's sixth player of the year. When you're looking at this matchup for the second time around, what to you needs to be the difference for the Liberty to get it done?
It's the same thing. It's the guard play. It's the guards. I'm still watching for what the guards are doing in this series. It's the big spotlight is on Sabrina Ionescu. She had a major season. She is a totally different player now.
Oh, yeah.
And I look forward to seeing what that player does in this series, because you need to match what the Aces guards are going to be doing scoring and playmaking wise. Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, and Kelsey Plum just do so much before you even get to start talking about Asia Wilson. And then now they have Tiffany Hayes. Alicia Clark does a little bit of everything. Hayes and Clark are really my two X factors for them, but it's the guard play, man, for the Liberty. Fibich has been, I think, a revelation for them. She's been a revelation, and she's not the new Maureen Johannes, because no one's Maureen Johannes.
No one is.
She kind of replaced her just on the roster, but just what she does. I mean, she is a revelation at 6'3", 6'4", long arms, can hit shots, can make plays. She's a different option than Courtney Vandersloot, who's shorter and older. And defensively, the Liberty guards, that was the big test for them in the finals last year against Vegas, was mainly defensively, but also, offensively, they got to produce too. So the first thing I'm really looking at is just the guard play. I want to see how active, how aggressive, how poised Sabrina is now compared to how we saw her struggle against, Connecticut and Vegas last year in the playoffs. I want to see how the new Sabrina looks and how she can dictate things from the perimeter. I think it really starts there for me.
You know me, man. This is a tough one for me as a fan of the team. It's tough for me to watch this. And as Kelsey Plum said, this is going to be a war. I have my eyes on two of those Vegas guards, Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young. Chelsea Gray, we saw in the first round. She's, again, just ever so slow. I think we're starting to see it. I think we're starting to get back to 2022 playoff Chelsea Gray for sure. I expect all of that and then some in this series. But we all know who I'm also looking for. We're looking for Jackie Young, right? Jackie Young, when you and I talked at the end of the finals last year, or at the end of game one last year, I told you that if Jackie Young kept up the performance she gave us in game one last year, she could have been finals MVP if she played at that level. I'm still waiting to see that from Jackie Young. We've had some moments of the course of the season with Jackie where she's given us a little bit of it, but this overall has been relatively a down year considering the steady improvement that she's made over the past couple seasons. I'm fully expecting us and hoping that we can get the Jackie Young of 2023 or 2022, because that's going to be the difference. Because to your point, the guard play in New York has gotten better compared to the last time these two teams played each other. And the proof is in the pudding. In the 3 games that the Aces played against Liberty this season, they lost all of them. They did not beat the Liberty one time in 3 attempts. And although
that's not good for the Liberty.
And that's you're right.
Not good for the Liberty. I'm sorry. Right. You can say that's a good sign, but I'm a basketball player. Trust me. I know that's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign at all, 100%. But I mean, I watched Leone Fibich come out there, her first playoff game in her career. She dropped 21 points, hit all 4 shots from the field, only missed one, or hit all 4 shots from 3, only missed 1 shot from the field, finished 7 of 8, and she was the difference maker for them. If she continues to do that, along with what we know that we've seen Sabrina Ionescu do this season, I mean, we're talking about a scenario where one of the things that we loved so much about the Aces is the versatility at the guard play, because it took some pressure off of Asia Wilson. And it seems like so far this season, because of the elevation of Sabrina Ionescu, that's taken the pressure off of Stewie to have to not go out there every night and do these backpack jobs. And when Stewie's not when she's not backpacking and when you're being forced as a defense to just play her straight up one-on-one, that's not a good sign. Now, I have no doubt in Asia Wilson's ability to handle Breanna Stewart one-on-one. Why would I? But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you can go toe to toe. As you mentioned in a clip earlier about the Lynx, which we'll get into in a second, we're talking about all-time great shot makers in Breonna Stewart and A'ja Wilson. Those around them, specifically the guards, like you say all the time, they have to step up. So I'm looking for Chelsea Gray. I'm looking for Jackie Young, 100%.
Yeah, that's the thing it's just the thing about Vegas, man. Like, and you look, Jackie Young, yes, but that's the thing. It's not that's why the aces are so dangerous. You can have a Chelsea Gray game, you can have a Kelsey Plum game, you have a Jackie Young game. Like each of their guards can take over a game.
Yeah.
The Liberty still can't say that necessarily.
That's a great point.
My big X factor for the Liberty is Benijah Laney Hamilton by far, because of what she has to do defensively. I'm sure they're going to go to Kayla Thornton a little bit in this round as opposed to the last round. Because defensively, they're going to need to try to get at least one or two of Vegas's guards slowed down and a little uncomfortable and just contained. But the Liberty guards, as I said, Fibic is going to be offensively. Fibic, I think, is going to be the key. I think even Courtney Vandersloot, because I think she's struggled a little bit, just, little bit of age, slowing down a little bit. We really saw her struggle last year. But even in the games coming off the bench now with Fibic as the solidified starter, I think pressure is off Sloot a little bit, and she's playing a little more free, a little less tense. And I think that's going to help her and obviously help the Liberty as a result. So the depth could be interesting. The Liberty have different guards that can do different things in terms of the sum of their guard parts, none as explosive as what Vegas has, but they are better. Fibic is a new element. You still have Benijah Laney Hamilton. And the Liberty, they can go to their depth a little bit. Sometimes they have different looks. So I think they have what it takes to make this an even more interesting series. I think I'm still leaning towards Vegas because they're just hitting that stride where they know how to win games. It's going to be, even though I said it's not a good sign, it's not good because I just know Vegas has in their minds that the Liberty beat them every time this year. And it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. It's even hard to beat a team, 4 times in a row. That just shows you're just flat out better than that team. So Vegas is literally headhunting, to prove to the Liberty and everybody, no, guess what? You're still not better than us. And I'm pretty sure they're going to come out and prove that. I think it's going to be another phenomenal series. It should be the WNBA finals. That to hell with this format. But, these are to me, these are the 2 best teams, and they're going to show that.
For what it's worth, if I'm not mistaken, the first 2 times these 2 teams met in the regular season, Chelsea Gray hadn't returned from injury yet. And the third time they met in New York, A'ja Wilson was in a walking boot, and I was crying on Protect Our